Hey y'all, it's Kara. This is Crusader Kings 2. Let's make a merchant republic. The first way to form a merchant republic is as a nomad. You can start either as a tribe or as a nomad. You need to specifically have access to a city, someone who is a vassal of you, or you can just own the city yourself. It doesn't really matter. It needs to be on the coast. You need to be able to take it over just with force, which isn't necessarily hard if you're a nomad. Like, that's not the most difficult thing to do. So for example, I happen to have access to Neapol, and if I right click on it, it also shows you in this tooltip up here. You can settle as a tribe, settle as a feudal, or as a merchant republic, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna settle as a merchant republic right here. I will get this tiny little merchant republic. All of my other titles will go to someone else, but as you can see, we're now the owner of like a custom merchant republic. You do get event spawn troops whenever you settle somewhere, which is pretty useful for like trying to hold people off. And yeah, as far as I can tell, that is the most simple way to form a merchant republic. Just if you start as a nomad somewhere, you can conquer some territory and then just choose to settle as a merchant republic. Pretty simple, pretty fun. You lose a bunch of territory, but you gain a bunch of troops. But yeah, that's the most like straightforward way to do it. You just need to have access to a city. The city needs to be like near a major body of water, so like a coast or something. I don't think you can do it on lakes, but I think it needs to be like by an ocean specifically. But yeah, that's how you can form a custom merchant republic. One of the ways. Now, let me show you the other way. We are the ruler of the Isle of Man. It is 769. We're surrounded by dangerous enemies who could come and like conquer us or like fight us or whatever at any point. Let's make a merchant republic. This is definitely one of the sketchier areas to make a merchant republic, but you can't technically do it anywhere where you're a tribe. You also need to have like a coastal tile. Just somewhere in your realm, you need to be bordering a coast, not a lake, but a coast. That's the important thing. So the requirements are actually sort of simple. You can see from this tooltip, we just need the law, absolute tribal organization. We need to have a large market city, which is just like one of the last upgrades that you get from upgrading Market Village. I think you also need to be a duke, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you need to have a rank higher than count. You can't be an unreformed pagan. You could theoretically just convert to Christianity and then convert to whatever other religion you want. And then you can form your own custom merchant republic. I guess the harder part is actually executing all of those steps. There's a couple things I'm gonna do right away. For one thing, I'm gonna give myself the business focus, because if you have the business focus, you have the chance of making more money. And money is really the important thing if you're trying to form a merchant republic. If you can just get some amount of money, you'll be fine. You also want to make sure to like keep yourself safe by making alliances or whatever. We're not going to be declaring war or anything. This is one of the few times where I don't need to declare war. Increase tribal organization right now, just right at the beginning of the game. You can do this once, you can do it a second time, but you need to get your council on your side. All of them are for some reason, which is kind of bizarre. Normally people are like super avoidant, and if they are, you can just go into your council screen. You can request council support. That means that you owe him a favor. He might use it to screw you over later, so be careful with that. But yeah, just get people who like you on the council. Make sure that you can get this law as soon as possible, because you need to wait for a certain number of years to go by before you can pass another law. The other thing I want to do is I want to take out a loan from Jewish merchants, and I just want to work on upgrading this market village. We're not going to be able to upgrade it all the way, just because our technology isn't quite high enough. We need to have cities and temples in order to get the 3rd and 4th level required for forming a merchant republic. So yeah, it'll take me another 5 years to be able to change another law, and then in order to be able to change another law. So it does take at least like 10 years, maybe longer if you're just waiting for the tech. Yeah, so you can see we need the next level of tech in cities and temples in order to be able to upgrade this. Because we are a duke, we do get a certain number of it, just, automatically. We do get a certain number of it. It's based on like our own personal abilities and stuff. Oh, this event is good. So you can mint coins for glory. You can also just be like a jerk and like, debase your currency. No one will find out. It's perfectly fine. Here we go. Cities and temples. Now we can get this to the next level. All right, built the last holding of the market city. Again, it's not like it's super complicated. All right, let me make sure it's changed this law again. People are being weirdly supportive. Like, most of the time, I don't know if something's changed. Most of the time, people are not this supportive. I'm sure it's a little bit more difficult if you have more territory. Maybe if you have vassals who have land, they probably wouldn't be willing to do this. But yeah, as you can see, we've changed that that law. We just built the large market city. I might as well start upgrading other stuff too, just while I can. It's not like those upgrades disappear. They just get converted into other stuff. So like this one will be converted into city walls. If you have a business focus, I think just randomly, I don't know if there's anything that affects it. Just randomly, you'll get the event to go on an expedition. If you go through this route and you do it, yeah, sure, you can come. If you go through this route and you do it, and if it succeeds, you will get a certain amount of, oh, I thought this was part of the event. Yeah, if this event succeeds, you do get a certain amount of money, which is why it's pretty good. You also get some traits that just make you like a good trader. I can form the law of maximum tribal organization. Everyone is so weirdly supportive of it. All right, let me just pass that. Again, it isn't like a hard process. I'm pretty sure it is something that you could theoretically do, even on like the most like isolated places. I'm sure you could do it in Iceland. You know, you could probably even do it down here somehow. We should be able to found a merchant republic, and we'll get a bunch of vassals who are representative members of their families, as you can see. They're all the same culture and religion as us, which I guess is to be expected. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the process of forming a custom merchant republic for fun and profit. I just wanted to make a quick little video just to show you how to do that. Thank you for watching. This is Kara, and I'll see you in the next video.